Hi, welcome to Linux channel. So finding your niche in your career, a question I do get frequently asked upon time to time. Somebody who is in college, or they are still doing their education, asking such a query is quite understandable. I do get such queries. In fact, recently I even stumbled across some student who is doing some third year bachelor's and bachelor's of engineering. He keeps asking me, should I get into systems and what is the steps? So I mean, what are the steps to get into systems and stuff like that? And I keep telling him that this is quite too early. There are various things you generally need to go through, and that is anyway covered by college. Of course, college teaches you things the way colleges teach, which is not in sync with things you do and learn in the real industry. So that is apart. I'm just telling this as a case study, but other than that, I often get this query from people who are in the industry, who have around 5 years of industry experience, 10 years of industry experience, or people who are of around my age as well, which is like 40, 41, 42, 43, something like that. By the way, I'm around 44 years. You should understand, people who have an age around 35 to 40, they have around industry experience of 16 to 20 years here and there. Okay, so even after so many years, suddenly they get confused, which is quite understandable. As I study and I do research in astrology and spiritualism and stuff, so I understand why they get such queries at a certain age and things like that. So it is again not fixed. It depends. Everybody may get such contemplation in their life at different stages. Of course, we do have this midlife crisis and stuff. So anyway, I don't want to take one very quick YouTube short or something like that for a topic like this, and you often see all my videos are quite lengthy. So I thought, let me give a context, like I often do, so that I can tell a big picture. Like, it is not so easy. At the same time, it is not something you can ignore. Time to time, sometimes you may study something because of someone must have suggested, or somebody must have forced you. So you must have done some college degree, but later you may find out that you are not suited for a real job which is matching to that degree. You must have done something and done some accounting and stuff, but you may not have much interest in accounts at all. You may have really interest in some fashion technology and stuff like that. This often I seen, and this is exactly happened to my wife's case as well. You can also see many situations that somebody must have done a technical course, and they may be already very good in cooking and baking and stuff like that. They can actually open their own establishment. They may even have some entrepreneurial skills, which they are not meant to work under some manager and a company and stuff. So hence, this video is to cover all these aspects, not just somebody who is working in a corporate. It is meant to cover all these aspects. Let it be men, women, and everybody alike. Okay. So as I said, I want to give a context. What is that exactly finding your niche? Okay, we try to decode through our iconography of our Hindu gods. Okay, there is a hidden meaning in that. You should always understand, whenever you go to a temple, whenever you see any god idols, okay, or god pictures, don't take it don't take it as it is. There may be a hidden meaning in that. There may be some sort of coded message in that, which you need to take time to extract. Okay, that is where it separates you. You are just a religious person versus you are a spiritual person. So if you are a spiritual person, you should be open to many aspects, not just Hindu gods. It can be any gods around the world. I am giving an example. So let's take an example. We try to decode from here. Again, this is not meant for any specific religion. We just try to decode this. What is that finding niche in your career? Okay, so let's take couple of examples. So let's take Lord Rama. Okay, any pictures, random picture you pick. Okay, next take Lord Hanuman. Again we can take random pictures. You should never take any of these just the face value. You should not just assume that there is, okay, this is the god, this is what it is. It's not like that. This is, as we understand, this is a tool for us to focus a specific energy with some qualities and attributes, and that's what is this iconography represents. Okay, it's not literal, it's more conceptual, it's more like abstract, and it has various hidden clues and which you need to pick it up on. Okay, so again let's take an example, say Lord Murugan. So if you are from north, usually people call as Subramanya, and if you are south, usually people call as Murugan actually. So let's start with Lord Murugan because it's where it gets very interesting. Okay, and before that we also get the iconography of, say, Lord Durga, slaying the Mahishasura Asura. Okay, so we take a picture like this. Okay, let's take some picture which is large enough, something like that. Okay, so you can see here this is an iconography. Okay, don't take everything literal. Okay, some may be literal, but just take the iconography. So one thing you should always notice here is the number of hands the god have, or this deity have. Okay, in general all these deities have, so note that. And same way Lord Murugan have 6 heads, which means 12 eyes, but you have one body, and I think 6 hands, on either sides. Okay, which is 12 hands, but 2 feet. So entire iconography have lot of hidden meaning and hidden clues. It's not just you just go to a temple and just blindly pray that deity. It's not that. You need to understand that internal hidden message. And again this correlates there. As I always tell in my videos, I just don't want to quickly conclude something. You have to go much in depth to find the clues. Because the reason I'm saying is, as I work in kernel space, the kernel space is where you put the abstraction to the user space. People who work in the user space are used working within that abstraction, so they live in the matrix, versus kernel space is outside the matrix. Okay, kernel space is what gives that matrix or provides that matrix to the user space, which means matrix here I meant the Maya. Okay, so you see Murugan have this weapon, which is this we call it as veil. Okay, this is given by his mother Lord Parvati, and you can see Durga is also one of the manifestations of Lord Parvati. You can see Lord Parvati on the other hand, she holds this trident. Okay, she holds this trident. Okay, we call it as Trishula. So you should find out a clue from this, that the deity which you see here, immediately a specific weapon is always associated with that deity. Similarly, a vahana or a vehicle is associated with deity. You can see here she always shown with this lion, and sometimes even with the tiger and stuff. Of course Parvati, it depends on again which manifestation of that deity is. Okay, so you can see here always you can see a particular deity with a particular weapon. Similarly, you can see here Lord Rama always with a bow and arrow, again in a specific way. And here it gets even more interesting, is Lord Krishna. Okay, go here, you can see Krishna always represented with the flute, which means he is an excellent in playing flute. He is just not holding as a showpiece. Okay, so you should understand, because he is anyway he is he is also called as Gopala, which means who takes care of the cows and stuff like that. So anyway, you can always see that many shepherds, they have a flute, and they like doing as they wait for the cattle or this thing to graze the grass, they just wait and play some nice music and stuff. So anyway, you can see always Krishna is represented with flute, and at times when he is more active form or the Ugra Rupa, you can also see Krishna holding this Sudarshan Chakra and stuff, which of course we can see when we Google Sudarshana Chakra. You can also see this iconography. Now you see this iconography again, which is randomly I found. You can see here it has a combination of Sudarshana Chakra as well as that bamboo flute. Okay, you can see here. So you should understand he is well versed, and these are his tools of his trade. Okay, so you can see here, if he need to slay or kill someone, some evil forces, he takes the Sudarshan Chakra, or otherwise in a normal form, in a Tanu or calmer form, he just represented in the iconography with that flute. And you cannot find a flute when he is in the battlefield. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so this is what the iconography represents. You can see here Krishna holding this Shankha or this conch shell, and then holding that Sudarshan Chakra. It shows this ultimate niche, okay, of that deity. Okay, similarly here Lord Murugan having this veil given by his mother goddess Parvati. You can see there is a lot of similarity between that veil and this Trishula. You can remove that other two things, and then it looks almost like a veil. Okay, it is a goddess Parvati who had given to Lord Murugan, and he holds that veil. And that veil, every time you pray the deity, always have this proper iconography which represents the complete quality of that a particular deity. Actually, you can see that veil. At the same time, you can also find Lord Murugan with 6 faces, and also his wives. You can see in this iconography he represented in this way. And you should not forget, he also holds this Vajra. Okay, this is that Vajra. You can find Lord Murugan with you can always find Lord Murugan holding this. This is actually Vajra given by Indra after, to kill that Rakshas or Asura. He goes and kills them. I think it is Suran or something, the name of that Asura. So since he killed, Indra gives this, and Indra's daughter is what Murugan marries, which is Lord Devayani. Okay, so Lord Murugan with wives. So you can see here there are again various pictures depicts this aspect, and again it's like an iconography. It is a particular aspect of that deity. So from this you should understand by now that each deity have a unique niche. I cannot just say skill, it's a unique niche weapon through which they exercise their power. Okay, so that's what it is. So you can see, and you can find various Tamil literature. They often sing about veil, Veera veil, Vajra veil, Jnana veil, like that. They'll be keep I can't say pricing. They kind of give a particular description to that. Again, it has its own hidden meaning. So don't take everything literal. You have to decode, and you need to find. So when a deity is with that particular weapon, even this Lord Hanuman, you can see with that Gada, he is holding that. Okay, maybe we can call his club or something in English. So he is holding that Gada. Again, that is his niche, and this is that iconography which it represents. The god has that niche weapon, or the energy a particular deity represents. So that's what it is. So you can see how odd it looks. You give this club to Lord Murugan, and similarly you give a bow and arrow to Lord Krishna. Okay, not that Krishna cannot use. Okay, similarly now you can find other than lords a normal people like personality. So Lord Arjuna, I'm sorry, not Lord Arjuna, Arjuna. Okay, you can see here he always is an excellent archer, so he always represented with this. And same way you can search for say Bhima and Mahabharata. He is very strong and he always represented in this way. I mean, he always is an expert in using that, gada or club actually. So this is his niche. So why don't Bhima learn bow and arrow? Why don't Arjuna learn this? Because that's what is their niche. Hence I am saying in career it's exactly goes like this, that you may think something and you get confused. Don't get confused which gives you more money, which gives you a lot of career opportunities and stuff like that. That's a very wrong way to start focusing your career. And you should understand career in astrology is always linked to Lord Saturn. So there is some amount of discipline should be in place, some amount of some amount of skill is always is a byproduct of that career aspect. Okay, so obviously when we write our stuff in resume, what we call it as these are my skill sets, this is my qualification, these are my skill sets, these are my extra skills. We often use that word skill, and skill comes with experience, knowledge you get, and then you apply it. The more experience you have in your resume, that experience is Lord Saturn. So when you are dealing with an energy like that, you should understand you need to find your niche and you need to see which it suits you. Of course you can do some experimentation, which I don't deny that, because nobody can find their niche. And of course sometimes astrology gives some clues, so you can find a person's chart and you can conclude, okay, this person may be good in this business, he may be good in some selling electronics, he may be good in selling toys, he may be good in some programming and stuff. So that gives some clues. But other than that, I'm saying if you don't go that way, still you can do some amount of experimentation and do a justice that which you feel comfortable, which you feel resourceful and skillful. Okay, exactly again the same, giving a odd weapon to a different deity, it looks not compatible. Okay, Hanuman holding a bow and arrow looks funny actually. I mean, of course it doesn't mean that he cannot do, he may know already, who knows, he's already he's a lord himself, he may already be an expert. But in this avatara or in this manifestation, he is excellent with that club, and that is his iconography. Similarly, Lord Rama is none other than Vishnu, and same way Krishna is also Vishnu. You can see Lord Rama is always represented with that bow and arrow, versus Krishna is represented in a different way with that peacock feather, and then the flute when he is in a calmer mode, when he is in a battlefield in a different form. And in a battlefield you can also see he takes just a chariot wheel and attacks Bhishma actually. So Krishna is very versatile. Again, there is lot of hidden stuff is there. You should not just take something you see and then you don't conclude something seeing any statues or photos or any idol stuff. It's just lot of things are there. So I'm saying you are open enough. If you are spiritual, take your time and see what the best you are. Okay, assume you have taken a wrong course, take your time, you see how far it matches your interests. If you can still tolerate, maybe I have seen also some situations of people randomly choose because of their father's pressure or something, later they do well actually. Okay, they themselves are not aware that they are an expert in that. I mean, they can do well in that, not that expert, I'm saying they can do well in that, but somebody must have pushed him or her into that. Okay, but later they feel that they are apt for this job and they enjoy doing their work. Hence I'm saying finding niche is the same. Whenever you go next time whenever you see all these idols, take time, just don't go say pray Rama something, don't be a blind this thing. Okay, just take time, see the god's idol, take time, see what the way it is depicted, every small minute aspect has a deeper meaning. Okay, try to find out why it is depicted like that and what that idol conveys to us in that form. Okay, you can see there are various photos of Lord Rama. Why do we pray a specific form in a specific temple? Okay, just try to understand why it is like that. Okay, why, what happens when you pray a photo or a picture like this? What happens when you pray a picture like this? What happens when you pray a picture like this? Okay, there you can see Lord Rama is there. Also there is Hanuman who is sitting near Lord Rama. Okay, so and you can also see all his brothers and stuff. So you can see various aspects of it. And there are also other aspects where you can also have Lakshmana's wife. I can even show. You can see the one which I have at home is this this type of a picture, and you can see there is lot of hidden stuff in this picture. Okay, you can see Lord Rama and Sita is there, and you have this Hanuman, and then you have this Lakshmana and Lakshmana's wife who is Urmila, and then his other two brothers. Okay, Bharata, Shatrugna, and other sages and other stuff. So this picture has lot of other stuff, and you can see even in this picture Lakshmana have this bow and arrow, and Lakshmana is none other than Adisheshu, which is the snake on which Vishnu resides, and Vishnu take rest, and Lakshmana is again none other than Lord Balarama, who is Krishna's brother actually. So you can see lot of things are represented in this way, and in this manifestation you can see Lakshmana have this bow and arrow just like Lord Ram, versus Lord Balarama have this plow. Okay, so in this manifestation he holds this, and this is his niche. How he uses this as a weapon, it is up to his creativity, but you can see here this is what is his niche in this manifestation. Again, you should understand, the more deeper you go, it is none other than Lord Vishnu. The Adishesha snake is what incarnated, reincarnated as Lakshmana, and it is this snake, it is incarnated as Lord Lakshmana and Lord Balarama, and each manifestation or each avatara, they have a different weapons which they hold predominantly. So how dominantly they hold, so that's how is your niche in your career should be. It's just not even gods. Generally I'm saying, if you go here and Google a doctor, so what it shows, go and search random images, what it shows, doctors with a specific attire, generally a uniform in their work premises in a hospital like setup. You can see always doctor wears a apron, a white color apron, and the stethoscope around their neck, and things like that. So this instantly we can say he is someone who is associated with the medical field. Similarly, we can search as nurse. It instantly shows a specific attire and the specific attributes. Now you see the comparison, the gods what I showed versus regular normal human beings. And similarly, you can search as say lawyer. You can see again it shows a specific attire and a specific ambience around them. It should not be taken lightly. It should be so synonymous that a person career he chooses, it is so much it is so much involved in his life. It's life changing stuff. Career is not to be taken lightly. It's not that you are just earning some money and having some livelihood. It is not like that. It should be so synonymous. You are an expert in this and nobody like you. So that is how niche it should be. The niche you should find in terms of your career. So hence I'm giving one example is the iconography of our gods, and the other aspect is a regular normal human being, not just something somebody told I did and I'm not getting fun in this career. Not like that. You need to find that niche, and you need to you know fulfill your quest, the reason you are born, and the career you choose, and the best niche you find yourself in that career, which is also fulfilling and rewarding and stuff like that. Of course, you are good in that, you will be obviously rewarded with good amount of money and stuff. So that is all secondary, but this is what finding niche is. So this video is useful and insightful. Again, it's nothing like a religious stuff. I'm just giving a a coded message that when you see this iconography, they represent something that tells what that Lord's niche is. Okay, that niche is what is like our skill sets, which we put in your resumes. So if you have any questions, be in touch via YouTube comments, or if you want to connect personally, be in touch via WhatsApp or send your queries in mail as well. Okay, thanks a lot for joining me. Stay tuned. Have a nice day. Bye bye.